More on this, I'd like to bring in Brilyn Hollyhand, GOP commentator, along with Todd Starnes, CEO of the Todd Starnes Media Group and host of the Todd Starnes Show, author of Culture Jihad, How to Stop the Left from Killing a Nation. All right, so Brilyn, I'll go to you first on this. I mean, am I crazy, or maybe do the people of New Hampshire who elected this guy have part of the problem?
Oh, they absolutely, deserve to be blamed for this problem. This right here is a perfect example of why it's so incredibly important to vet your local candidates just as much as it's important to vet your national candidates, because you don't want to end up with a pervert like this in office. We constantly have been saying for the past few months that the left is grooming our kids and said, oh, my gosh, that's a right-wing conspiracy theory. That's not true. Clearly, this is true. This is a disgusting story, and it's horrible that it happened.
Yeah, I mean, Todd, you got to say, how did they get there in the first place?
Well, all you have to do is look at the Democrat Party. I mean, we're talking about a freak show here, Carl. This is just unbelievable. Look, a couple of weeks ago, you had people running around half naked on the lawn of the White House. Over the weekend, you had naked men on bicycles exposing themselves to children in Seattle. You had over the weekend in New York City, you had lesbians that were frolicking in a pool in the middle of a park. They were topless, and then you had people marching in the streets of New York City saying they're coming for our children. Yeah. And I think you really do have to. We've reached a point where you have to believe them, and you have to understand this really is about getting the children. At
some point, you have to. Speaking of incompetent leaders, here's a new poll that shows Vice President Kamala Harris negative rating of -17, which is actually the lowest of any vice president in the history of its poll. I have a theory, though. Maybe it's because she spends her time dancing with Andy Cohen or does random cackling. But Brilyn, are you surprised?
No, not at all. Is anybody shocked by this? I mean, when is the last time that we've seen Kamala Harris? She's never there. She's never at the events. They kind of hide her away in the corner. They're embarrassed of her. Where is she? We haven't seen her forever. I know she's down at the border doing her job as the border czar.
Yeah.
I think the only thing Kamala Harris is going to take with her when she leaves office is the accomplishment of having the lowest approval rating of any vice president in American history. It's pretty embarrassing.
Yeah, Todd, I mean, 30 seconds or less. What would you say she does here?
Well, there's really not much she can do, but I'll have to tell you this. Before I have to listen to a Kamala Harris speech, instead of the frog in the boiling pot of water, put me in there, and I'll do a Venn diagram while I'm at
it. Todd, Brilyn, always a pleasure. Appreciate it. See you soon.
Thanks.
Thanks for having us.